And welcome back to the Miami Marlins franchise, and Season 2 ended in a way that we did not want it to end up. We finished just short. You can see 4 games back in the division, and we finished just short of the wild card as well, faltering in the final few games. Now, in reality, if we would have won every game, looking at it, what the Cubs did, it wouldn't have mattered. They just finished perfectly down the stretch. They really did very well, and you can see, even though they lost the one, they owed 6-4 down the stretch, just enough to do what they're going to do, and maybe we would have been a game out. That's about it. Cardinals just didn't do enough either, so it was just enough for the Cubs to get in. But still, all in all, a very good season. 87-75, improvement once again, and you really can't complain about that as we continue to build this team, and hopefully into year number 3, we can finally make the playoffs. So we'll see how this offseason goes. Hopefully we can make some more moves, continue to build this team, and compete for the division win. Because I didn't expect to compete for the division win this year, but look where we are, and we just about did it. So if we can, add some more pieces like I think we will in this offseason, there's a possibility that we can maybe jump the Mets and, be good to go for next year. As look at this AL wild card. Wow. So you're going to have a game versus the Angels and Astros, whoever wins that division. And then the Astros are going to take on either the White Sox or one of those teams down there. Then the Athletics or Royals will take on each other. You're going to have at least 3 multiple games just to figure out who's the AL West champ, who's the 2 wildcard teams. It is crazy to see that in the AL. You had the Red Sox only 2 games out as well. The AL is insanely competitive. Not many teams. I mean, even the Rangers down there we're only 9 games out. That's not too bad. That's just insane to see. As you can see, going through the rest of the division winners. So yeah, 87-75. We got a plus 23 run differential. Cannot complain about that. Brewers win the Central. Cubs do end up getting that final wild card spot in the West. This crazy division. Padres at 101 wins. They win that. Dodgers with the wild card. And the Giants, who were doing very well, and you can see 1-9 down the stretch, lost 6 in a row to end the season. They really faltered, but who knows? They might be back next year. It's just tough when you got to go into the Padres and the Dodgers. And now we'll see what happens here in these playoffs. See who comes up with the World Series championship. Before that, let's take a look at the season statistics to see how everybody did. Garrett Cooper is going to lead us in hits. Good to see Encarnacion. Good season for him. 35 home runs for Aguilar is going to lead our team. And he's a guy that I'm not sure what we're going to do about. He could be definitely a trade chip for sure, because in the show, in this game, man, regression hits hard. No doubt about it. I mean, he's going to be 32, and he will start to regress. He's already started to regress. He'll regress crazy hard. And, we're going to have to try to get rid of these guys as a possibility. And here's a guy that's also all of a sudden at the age of 30 is starting to have some good seasons. Eddie Alvarez hits 288, comes out of nowhere, does some, very good games down the stretch. And I don't think he's going to start, obviously, because we're going to have Seager at shortstop. And then you have Devers at third and Chisholm at second. And, there's not room in the infield for him, but he'll definitely be on the roster next year for sure, and definitely, be one of those key guys that can come in and, anybody needs a rest, bring him in, and he can do some damage, that's for sure. Seeing how else the rest of the team and how the season panned out, definitely we need more guys on base. That was our problem for sure. We hit the home runs. We were up there, no doubt about it, over team home runs. We're in the top 10, but when you're hitting solo home runs and not even 2-run homers, that's not what you want at all. So we got to get more guys on base. It's either that or we're going to have to just bring in more power. And you can see the strikeout ratios for a lot of these guys. Not what we want. A little bit too high. Have to minimize that for sure, and then get more on base. I mean, it doesn't even matter if we don't get singles. Just start taking walks. Get on base, take walks, and instead of hitting the solo home runs, let's hit 3-run shots all day. And then the home runs are good to go. As for pitching, I thought we had a pretty good rotation coming in, but they still perform very, very well. They did a very good job. Some of the guys in the bullpen, a little bit disappointed in. We bring in Mark Malanson. I know he's up there in a little bit of age, but he wins reliever of the year the previous year, 50 saves, and he just doesn't do anything. He just absolutely awful. ERA just about 6. Had to take him out of the closing role. Dylan Florio comes in, pitches pretty well for that. So that's definitely disappointing. And I think this offseason we got to try our best to add another lefty. You know, we can't only have one lefty in the bullpen, and that is it. Trevor Rogers finished well for 4.4 ERA, so that's good to see that he's starting to continuously get better year after year. That's what you want to see from a young pitcher, and we see it here this year. And actually, I believe he's their best strikeout guy as well. Obviously, Seranthony Dominguez is out of the bullpen, but Rogers, 9.23 Ks per 9. We'll take that as a starting pitcher, but maybe that's what we also need. We need another strikeout guy that's, you know, in those jams can get out of them with some big strikeouts, because that is a big importance. You know, nowadays it's either home run, strikeout. So if we have the strikeout pitcher, that's exactly what we're looking for. As we go around the rest of the league, see the Braves with Acuna and Ozuna both up there in the league average. Hits Juan Soto. As for doubles, look at Josh Chisholm right there. So he's in the top 5. We'll take that. As for home runs, Dominic Smith hits 50 and Acuna hits 50. Tatis with 47. Man, right up there in home runs as Jesus Aguilar with 35. I thought he was going to end up with a lot more than 35. Kind of slowed down. You can see there's the aging and, you know, the regression really, because one thing I'm not sure about the regression in this game. I know Mad's kind of the same, where they just regress. Certain age, it's like, bam, just like that, they start to go down. But it's like, even if they have great seasons, I just don't understand why they should regress that much. One guy in here that's kind of, that I constantly see has very good seasons and just will regress down to, you know, some 70 some overall, 60 some overall, is Nelson Cruz. He constantly had a good, I think the past 2 seasons in this, he's had very good seasons, but just goes away because of his age. And I think that's something that, I would say almost all sports games, just like Madden, needs to be fixed in this as well. The regression has to, I mean, if a guy is, look at Tom Brady. The guy's like 45 billion years old, and he just constantly does it. Now, I know he's kind of the, you know, exception to the rule, and most guys will drop off in their production. There's no doubt about that, but I think nowadays it's starting to turn around. I mean, look at Roger Federer, look at Rafael Nadal in tennis. I mean, back 15, 20 years ago, and you reached the age of like 26, you were done. I mean, now it's like, look at Novak Djokovic. All those guys are in their 30s and they're still performing. So I think regression in sports games regardless has to, you know, do something about it. Just because they hit the age of, you know, 34 doesn't mean they're going to go downhill. Some guys are just having their best years after it. So something I think definitely needs to be looked at for sure, as we go on a little bit of a rant here in this off-season videos. You can take a look at the brackets for the playoffs. Now, I believe the Yankees won it last year, so we'll see who. I'm not sure. Maybe the Padres get in there. Yankees did have the best record in baseball, so we're going to sim through and see where everything ends up, and it's going to be the Mets and the Twins. So the Twins take care of the Astros, who swept the Yankees, and the Mets swept the Padres in the NLCS. Wow. The Mets, look, they've not lost a game yet. So going to the World Series, they have been undefeated. And this is going to go to a Game 7. So tied up at 3. Minnesota looking for their first World Series, since the early 90s. And they get it. The Twins have defeated the Mets, who I guess the Mets haven't won a World Series in a long, long time as well. But there you go. Miguel Sano, 542 in the World Series. 4 home runs, 8 ribbies. Wow. Absolutely crushing the ball. And the Minnesota Twins are your 2022 World Series champions. Acuna is going to win the MVP in the NL this year. As we go through all these awards, Cy Young, DeGrom, second year in a row, he'll take that one as Acuna wins the batting title at 332. And, man, it seems like everybody that wins a batting title, it's like almost they're winning the Triple Crown. That's almost the 3rd straight year. As Encarnacion wins Rookie of the Year. That is awesome to see. So that's what I'm talking about. Progression, you know, at least in Madden. Let me continue on this little rant here. You win Rookie of the Year, you get a boost. In this game, I don't know what you're going to get. He might go up an overall. It's like a guy wins Rookie of the Year, you think for sure it would go up, you know, at least maybe 5 points. And I feel like sometimes you almost have to do your own progression or regression in this game, which is just, you know, ridiculous. And really, this franchise mode, even though I have a lot of fun, it still needs an overhaul. Scouting needs overhaul. Progression, regression needs an overhaul. obviously the trade system is just not good. And trades are just completely turned down in this franchise because they'll just trade top prospects out of nowhere, or they'll trade, the Angels will just trade Trout for a couple minor leaguers. So that definitely needs to be changed as well, and maybe just a little bit of an overhaul. Owner mode will be cool. As this video, I didn't know was going to turn into kind of a bash the MLB The Show franchise. It's not really bashing it. It still has some things there, and the gameplay is still fun. It's hard for sure. Feel like real baseball. That's the one thing that's got going for it. But really, a lot of stuff in the franchise mode definitely needs an overhaul. As it hasn't been overhauled in how long? 3 or 4 years. People complain about Madden, but then this game has the same thing going for it. As we head really into the offseason now, as all the qualified guys we can bring back, guys that we have exclusive negotiations, we're not doing anything with them. All of them are going to release. Mark Malanson was a complete disappointment. Thought we were bringing in a guy that won this, Reliever of the Year award, and he just does nothing. So he's gone. As for our coaching staff, we'll give them one. We're going to give all of them one more year. They're on their, other than Hillman's on 2 years left. Everybody's good to go. They had a very good season. We just missed out in the playoffs. You definitely deserve another run for sure. As for our pitching staff, Kluber, I would say, is going to be on the trade block. I'm ready to, move on from them because you have Max Meyer that possibly can move up and be into the rotation. William Kim, obviously, I don't think he will be because he's only 19 years old. I'm not ready to throw him in there. No doubt about it. Bullpen, we need improvement for sure. We got Sir Anthony Dominguez, which is a great Rule 5 pick, and I think that's awesome, but we need probably upgrade there. Alfaro, I don't know. Down the stretch, he was good. For some reason, he's one of those guys that I can hit with, but in the sim, he's just, I don't know. We might have to upgrade there. Austin Wells is definitely not ready yet. Aguilar on the trade block as well. You can see still 35 home runs, 102 RBI, but he's just going to drop down in his attributes. You can see all the overalls got the double down. Everything's just dropping except contact versus lefties and powers versus righties one up, but everything else dropping. I know he's only 32, but it's just going to continue to go down from there. Lewin Diaz is not going to be ready, but he'll play in the majors, just won't be ready to go. Jazz Chisholm, he is going up overall, but potential is going down. That makes no sense. The dude is only 25 years old, just continues to get better and better. 24 home runs, that's a career high. The average has gone up. On base, OPS is up. I don't understand why he would go down in potential. He's only going into his, technically third full year, so that's interesting. Devers going up as well, so that is good to see. First full year for him, he 254, 10 homers. I'd like to see more stolen bases. He was caught 10 times, so that is not a very good percentage at all. So with his speed, I think he can steal more bases. Seager, early on, we knew he started off slow. We understood that was going to happen. New place, new team, new division. It's just a little bit of time to used to, but he really came on. 30 home runs, 80 RBI, batted 289. Really good OPS, 882, so we'll take that. Good season for Corey Seager, but same thing, his overall is dropping. He's only 28 years old, so his overall shouldn't be dropping, but hopefully it shouldn't drop any more than that. Garrett Cooper, he's 32 years old. He doesn't seem to be regressing as much either, so that's good to see. It looked like his contact went up, but he led us in average. 309, 20 home runs, 78 RBI, so he's not going anywhere, and obviously he can play at the outfield. He can play first base. We have the DH, so I don't think he's going to go anywhere. We might move him around. Encarnacion, obviously winning Rookie of the Year. He's up to a 77 overall, but man, I think he should be up a little bit more. Win Rookie of the Year, 23 home runs, 71 RBI, 255 average, OPS about 754. I think he should be up to like a 79 or 80 overall, but that's just my opinion. But we'll see. He's 24 years old. Next year could be a big year for him. And we can see really what he's going to do. Brian Anderson, same kind of seasons. Even though you can see 255, around 15 home runs. He's not going to put up a bunch of RBIs. He's not going to steal a lot of bases. He's just versatile. So maybe another guy that possibly we could put on the trade block. He's going to hit 30 next year, so the regressions start going to hit because J.J. Bleday is going to be up here in the majors. He is going to start come next year. There's no doubt about it. And you have Jesus Sanchez, who's going to be there. You have Zach Veen in the minor leagues. So you have plenty of guys, and I think maybe we can make a trade for him as well. Now, off all the arbitration guys, we are going to offer them arbitration. So we'll get past that quickly. We'll offer everybody arbitration. And obviously for the contract renewables, we're going to just offer everybody a contract where they probably won't sign, but we can renew later. Now, free agency's hit, and here we go. Let's see, we got Aaron Judge, Trey Turner. Oh, man. Wilson Contreras, Aaron Nola, Joey Gallo. So, yeah, I would say relievers for sure. And if there's somebody like, Brian Buxton, I mean, we could probably make it work. We could probably trade Anderson and find some room. Ketel Marte, I mean, that's a pretty good player right there as well. This is a pretty good free agent, I would say, list right here. You can find some talent for sure. Buster Posey, do we maybe sign him to like a one-year deal and, you know, let him and Alfaro battle it out? I'm not sure. As for pitchers, you got Sonny Gray, Aaron Nola, Luis Severino, Mike Clevenger. I'm not sure what we're going to do starting pitcher-wise. Because I have guys in the minor leagues. Like I said, Meyer, I think I'd want to start. And if we trade, maybe make a trade for a starting pitcher, that's a possibility as well. I think relievers more what we want to go with. So look at the closers. Edwin Diaz, 88 overall, you know, the A potential, and from the Mets, I mean, they're offering the deal. And if we can make a better deal and steal him away from a division rival, that would be fantastic. You got Gary Sanchez as well. So we got some guys that we can possibly sign here in free agency. I think infield, I don't think we need anything there. Maybe a backup guy, but I don't even think we need a backup. I think we're good. And, you know, Trey Turner's there. They made the qualifying offer, so he can accept that. But I don't think we need anybody in the infield. We're good to go there. So Buxton and Ketel Marte are really intriguing. Those are the two guys I'm looking at right now, because you bring them on, you can move Encarnacion to left. Now, Judge obviously is Aaron Judge. He's going to give you some massive power. He only had 29 last year, I think, limited games. But he had 305. He only played 87 games, and he hit 29 home runs. Okay, that's crazy. But yeah, Marte might be the best bet because you're just getting everything. You're fielding, you're getting hitting. He had only had 264 last year, 355 on base, 11 home runs, 50 RBI. He only played 87 games as well. So he's definitely a 25 to 30 home run guy. Can steal a lot of bases. Buxton is insanely talented, but he's up 29 years old. And you can see his overall starting to drop. So I think maybe we offer Marte a deal. I know they're ranked the same age, but it looks like the regression is starting to hit Buxton a little bit more. So we offer maybe a 5-year deal, $85 million. We'll give him the star role. Maybe front load or back load the contract. Let's front load it. So just in case he regresses too much, we can always get rid of him. So we're offering him the deal. Nobody else has offered him yet. We'll go for Ketel Marte. That would be a really good signing. As for bullpen, you got Chad Green from the Yankee organization. 2.85 ERA last year and 61 games, 60 innings pitch. Not a lot of Ks, but still. Edwin Diaz is probably a guy I want to go after here. 27 holds last year, only 4 saves. He had 9 blow saves. So not what you want to see, but a 4.68 ERA. Maybe a decent amount of walks, but still, I think, 8.91 K per 9. Maybe just had a little bit of a rough season. You can see the season before, 3.91 and that 1.75. But still, to take away a quality bullpen arm from a division rival, that makes it even sweeter. So we're going to offer him a deal. We're going to lessen the years, 4-year deal, up the money a little bit, and obviously he'll put in a closer role, and maybe just that'll be enough. You can see the interest bar is very high. So there you go. We're way over the Mets deal, so hopefully Edwin Diaz is going to sign. As for catcher, I'm thinking of Posey or Sanchez on a 1-year deal, and I think that's what we're going to go with. So we can try Buster Posey first. He doesn't have a lot of interest. Now we're going to really have to up the money here because we're not going star, obviously. We're just going to do every day. You know, these guys, 36 years old. Last year hitting 286 for St. Louis. Not too bad there, but man, we're going to have to offer him a little bit more money than I thought. I thought he would have a little bit more interest just on a 1-year deal, but no, he does not. We'll offer the contract, but maybe look at Gary Sanchez and see where he's at. You know, he's not going to give you much contact, but he gives you a lot of power. He's got another power bat, very good arm behind the plate. So, let's see. Posey's more of, you know, your quality hitter. Still has some decent fielding. Sanchez wants a little bit bigger re-up. But look, the salary's down and the interest is up a lot more. So maybe we take away the offer from Posey. We'll go after Sanchez because I think he's more interested in signing here. And there's a better possibility of us getting it. Now, we're going to go around, try to get some guys here, backup players, bench guys that could possibly fill some roles. So Tyler Naquin is one of those guys. We'll try to just sign him to a one-year deal. We're all for 1 year, about $4 million. And we'll keep simming through here and see what happens. Edwin Diaz signed, so we have just signed our new closer and steal him away from the Mets. So there you go, big-time signing there. And Gary Sanchez is going to sign, and that's why we went with him, because he had a lot more interest. So 2 guys signed there, and that is good to see. As we look for another lefty in the bullpen. So you have Jake McGee, decent year last year with San Francisco. I know he's 36 years old, but you can kind of get those quality, get those quality lefties in the bullpen. Even with age, they can do some damage. So sign him up, hopefully. Aaron Judge is going to the Astros on an 8-year deal for $248 million. Oh, man. Massive deal for Aaron Judge going to Houston. And we'll continue to sign through. Last day of arbitration and eligible players. We're good to go there. And Ketel Marte has signed his deal. 5 years, $85 million. Fantastic. I think our outfield is really good. We got a great outfield going. Now, you can see the rest of the deals. Look at the deal for Trey Turner so far. We got the Braves. Hopefully he does not go to the Braves, as the Brewers are trying to get him. Nola. You got Whit Merrifield maybe going back to Kansas City. Buxton maybe going to Houston as well. Minnesota trying to retain him. But, man, Houston just trying to go all out so far in this free agency period. And once again, another franchise update. Will you please give me updates on everybody that signs, trades? It's like you get these little screens, but sometimes they don't tell you at all. Now back to our free agency. I see Kyle Schwarber sitting there. And right now I'm thinking there's a good possibility that we're trading Aguilar. We're probably going to trade Anderson as well. So that's going to fill a hole in the DH. And we're going to offer Schwarber a deal because he's got that power bat. And I think that's could be a very good sign, as Max Muncy is going to the Padres on a 3-year deal, around $30 million. Chad Green, Red Sox, 4-year, $50 million deal, pretty much there to Boston. As we continue here, and you can see Schwarber. Oh, now we got a little bit of Cubs want him back. Arizona's up there, so I think we're going to redo the deal. Nola signs with the Rays on a 9-year deal for about $100 million. 9 years. Man, Buxton's going to Seattle. 6 years, $75.6 million. Luis Severino, Kansas City. 6-year, $135 million deal. And Schwarber, now he looks like Arizona has upped their deal. So I think we want Schwarber. We're going to up our deal. Still 2-year deal. Up a little bit more money. I know we got the star roll on there, but still, I mean, he's going to play every day. He's going to play all the time. So we up our deal. Now we're over Arizona, so hopefully we can get this deal done for Schwarber. Hopefully he accepts here, and he does. Kyle Schwarber signs a 2-year deal. Pretty much going to be our new DH because Aguilar is going to be on his way out. And, yeah, that's going to be Kyle Schwarber's position. Trey Turner. That's hilarious. He goes to the Dodgers, where he's just traded a couple weeks ago. 9-year deal, $279 million. Man, these deals are absolutely insane. Sonny Gray going to Colorado. And we'll just continue to sim through here. Colton Wong going to the Angels on a 3-year deal, around $40 million. Tim Anderson, 5-year deal, around $39 million. And we head now into the Rule 5 draft. Now, we got a pretty good one last year in Sir Anthony Dominguez. He was fantastic. So we got to pick 22. And really kind of looking for the same. There's Zach Veen sitting there. I don't think anybody's going to take him at all. But let's see what else we got around here. Anybody that's, possibly could be something. Luis Perdomo, 77 overall, B potential. Hasn't pitched the last few years in San Diego. I'm not sure why. I guess they just been having him in AAA. Seems like it's quality pitcher. And you got Colin Poche. He's a lefty, 28 years old. Hasn't pitched the last couple years in Tampa Bay. He barely has any service time. maybe this is what we want. That gives us another lefty out of the bullpen. We're taking him. No doubt about it. We'll take him all day. He'll stay on the roster. The thing with Perdomo is I'm not sure if he'll stay on the roster. So that's why we're saying not that. Skip that. And now we go through. We can sim through all the arbitration. Sierra, looks like they signed with us. Sided with us. Looks like Alfaro, they sided with Alfaro. Really on any of the arbitration, I'm not really too concerned about. Even if they side with us or the player, it's whatever. As long as they're on the team, that's all that matters to me. And now we can start to renew the contract. So we'll go through that. Go through all the renewables. We'll bring everybody back there who's got all the renewables. And now we're going to look for a trade. And we're going to try to trade. We're going to probably have a massive trade here. There's no doubt about it. Because I'm trying to trade 3 guys. And we found one. So Kluber, Aguilar, Anderson, Lucas Giolito, and Cespedes' younger brother is what we're looking at here. Now the White Sox, you got Giolito is on his final year of his deal. They accept the trade. So it works out because his contract, he's a free agent after this year. And then the White Sox are trying to trend upward. You get more veteran players in Aguilar. You get Anderson. They need some help in right field. And then you get a veteran pitcher in Kluber who knows all about that division when Cy Young's in Cleveland. So really, I would say this trade works out for both teams. And there's the younger Cespedes. He's a B potential, 67 overall. So a good quality pickup there. Huge trade here at the end of the offseason. And now we head into spring training. There's not going to be many position battles other than starting pitcher. It's either Trevor Rogers or Max Meyer. Like I said, William Kim is not going to be up for the job. He's probably not even going to pitch in spring training. He is just there. But really, those 2 guys are going to be battling for your 5th spot. Rogers obviously has the advantage, but we'll see. We're just going to sim through spring training, see where everything looks statistically. Unless one guy is just really bad and one guy's really good, it's probably going to go to Rogers. So, Rogers, 5.4 ERA in 21 2/3 innings, 24 Ks, 8 walks. Not what you want to see. Whip a little high, but it's still spring training, so it's definitely tough to figure out. Meyer, 23 innings pitched, 4.3 ERA, whip lower, obviously, less Ks, more walks, but a couple more, about an inning and 2/3 more. Edward Cabrera is another guy I was just looking at, but really, I would have to say, even with that, Max Meyer is still going to start in AAA, and Trevor Rogers is going to be your number 5. He performed well last year. We're going to give him another season, see what he does, and we'll see how this changes. Now, this is our lineup. Chisholm, Marte, Seager, Schwarber, Cooper, Sanchez, Encarnacion, JJ Bleday, and Jose Devers. I think this lineup is really good and could do a lot of damage. We got Sanchez, Diaz, Birdie, Naquin, and Alfaro on the bench. We got a lot of decent bench guys who can do some stuff. Birdie's just really pinch run, defense only. Sanchez power, I've seen it in a backup catcher. Naquin can play a lot of positions in the outfield. And here's our pitching rotation. So we have Lucas Giolito, Pablo Lopez, Sandy Alcantara, Sixto Sanchez, and Trevor Rogers. So I think our rotation is very good as well. We have a solid, really good rotation. Bullpen, I think, Elijah Hernandez, Curtis, Norris, Florio, Posher, Anthony Dominguez, and we got Edwin Diaz. So the back end of the bullpen's really good. We have a couple lefties that can match up now. So that is good to see. So I think our bullpen is improved. And I think this team can do some damage here in year 3. Now, this is our final year, technically, of the contract. We just got to finish 500 for the yearly goal, ask for the contract goal, reach the postseason, which we almost did last year. You can see the 16-game improvement. And I think we can do this year. I think we can win 90, 95 games and win this division. Our team rankings are now 6th. So we're up there. And we're only really bad in defense. Speed's not even bad. We're still top 10. But contact 4, pitching 3rd. What an improvement there. And this team could be the best team we've had in this franchise, obviously. And I think we can do a lot of damage, even though this is still might be the Mets division. We still got to go through the Mets for sure, because they're still a absolutely fantastic team. But that'll get us to opening day, and that is where we will end this one. We will see you next time in opening day. Let's see the debut of Lucas Giolito. Hopefully he has a great debut, and we come home with a victory against the Phillies. But that's going to do it for this one. Thank you guys so much for watching. Thank you so much for all the support. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe. I will see you in the next one. You have a good one. Bye-bye.